Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? Today we're back talking about Andre Drummond and him opting out. He posted this on Twitter. I'm assuming this is off his Instagram. But he's backpedaling, trying to clear things up he necessarily doesn't want to leave Detroit. He's just going to test the market. He said he loves it here in Detroit. Again, I don't know if he's telling the truth. Again, Kyrie Irving said he was going to re-sign with Boston. And, look where he's at now. I'm not saying Andre Drummond's a liar. But he is going to opt out. He is going to be an unrestricted free agent. He is going to talk to other teams. Not saying he's going to leave. I'm not saying he's going to get a huge pay grade. But there is going to be a team out there, that's a little bit desperate. You're going to be looking at Miami, Boston, people in the Eastern Conference, and the Knicks. Some of these teams are, going to be looking for this guy, especially if he makes the All-Star team and, really gets his value up. Some of these teams are going to offer him a big contract. Again, not saying he's going to leave. But the way the fans treated him after, in Game 3 and after Game 3 it's disgusting. I don't know why Andre Drummond would want to come back here. The fans don't like him. Majority of the fans don't like him. They don't appreciate what he's done for this team. Hopefully he does come back. But hopefully we don't have to pay him a huge, $200 million contract. Because, frankly, he's just not that player. He's a great player. He's above middle tier. He's an all-star, but he's not a superstar. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. He's a great, phenomenal player. I'm glad we have him. I don't know what the answer for this is. I don't know what we should do with Drummond, to be honest with you guys. I don't have a solution for it. It's going to be tough this offseason because he is going to talk to a lot of teams. I know there's going to be a ton of teams that are going to be interested. I'm looking at people like Dallas, Sacramento, people out west like that. He could really help those teams advance to the next tier. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of teams wanting Andre Drummond. There's gonna be a ton of them, especially if they don't make any moves. And like Miami, they're a playoff contender with Jimmy Butler, but how much noise are they really going to make if they do make it in? So I mean, Drummond's one of those players that can help those teams out. But for the Pistons, we really don't have a good replacement for him. Everyone's talking about Christian Woods this, Christian Woods that. We haven't seen him that much, guys. We've seen him on a very small scale, and his contract's not even guaranteed. If he was that good, he would have a fully guaranteed contract. I'm not saying that he's bad. We just don't know what he is yet. He could be garbage. He could be a bum. He's shown us a little glimpse of being really good in the Pelicans. But that was just on a tiny scale. Teams were just, crossing the Pelicans off their list because they didn't have Anthony Davis. There was kind of like a gimme game. No one knows how good Christian Woods really is. You can't say he's better than Thon Maker or Andre Drummond. You just don't know yet. It's possible that he very well could be in the future, but you just don't know. So you can't base your future of this team on what ifs and I don't know. You can't. There's I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense, but this Drummond thing's got everyone flustered and whatever. I really don't care. If he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. I mean, it may sound stupid, but it's the way it goes, man. If he does leave, there's going to be a huge hole for this team to fill. Huge hole. I don't know if we have enough to replace it. We don't. We would have a lot more money for free agency. So, I mean, maybe you could draw in some free agents if he does leave. But what if he doesn't, though? What if he stays? You're going to have to take some of that money you were going to have in free agency and give it to Andre Drummond, which is not bad. You got some free agents on your team that you could think about bringing back, depending on how well Reggie Jackson plays. But But the market for like star free agents really isn't that good. You know, Andre Drummond is going to be at the top of that list as one of the best free agents. Mike Conley'd probably be the second. You know, stuff like, you know, guys who are good, but they're not superstars. Like, it's not going to be Jimmy Butlers and Kawhi Leonards and all that good stuff. You know, it's really the B plus teams. You know, guys that are good, but you know, necessarily might not be able to carry a franchise. So it's going to be interesting in that regard to see what the heck's going to happen. If he stays, they just have to do a better job of putting perimeter shooters and floor spacing around, and guys like Derrick Rose who can penetrate, create their own shot, which in and of itself is going to help Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin, taking the pressure off and using that pick and roll to help Drummond out, because that's where Drummond's going to be the best, is in the pick and roll. That's, you know, what he does. You know, he's a pick and roll center, and they just really haven't done a good job under the Dwayne Casey era so far of really incorporating that into Andre Drummond's game. But only time will tell. He says he loves it here in Detroit. I love having him here in Detroit. I know some of us do, not all of us. Majority of them really don't like him. But with that being said, what do you guys want to do with Andre Drummond? Leave it down in the comments. Instagram, Twitter, Mixer in the description. Follow me on all those platforms, and all DSC members are in the description as well. Be sure to follow all those fellas out. I'm going to go live later this week with the Big Take to officially introduce him to the DSA, so stay tuned for that. Probably looking at Friday for that. So without further ado, I'll see you peeps tomorrow. Peace.